Okay, so I've been meaning to type this story up for a while now and post it to you guys, but I keep being put off by work and other shit. Before I begin, I'll give you some info. 26-year-old male, living in the UK, born close to Birmingham, moved to Ticknall when 10 because reasons. Quiet village in the middle of nowhere, old people everywhere. Just so you know, the events that I'm going to write about happened over the space of like 14 to 15 years. So, I may jump around a bit, but please stay with me if you can. I would like to get some clarity and or reassurance on this, if possible. So, here we go. December 2002. First Christmas in the new house. House is pretty big, lots of land to it, 10 acres. Behind the house is a woodland area. Behind woods is a large reservoir. Me and Dad regularly go walking through the woods, sometimes fishing at reservoir. School holidays, Mom and Dad both have time off. This never happens, so we spend lots of time doing stuff. One day, walk through woods to reservoir. Everything perfectly normal. Sitting on a bench looking at some boats and shit. Suddenly, notice something in the water. It's a long white thing. Can't tell what it is. It's about 50 to 60 feet away. Point it out to parents and ask what it is. Might be a dead heron. I roll with this as I've never seen a dead heron. About an hour later, walking back towards the woods, I run off ahead to feed the ducks. Notice white thing again. Closer this time. Close enough to see what it is. It's a white sleeve with a bluish hand at the front. A fucking severed arm. Freak out.jpg. Parents run over, ask what's wrong. I explain that there's an arm floating in the water. Dad calms me down and tells me to look at the water. The arm is gone. Must be my stupid kid brain fucking with me. Fast forward to 2003. In the woods with my cousin, Tom, about 8 years old. I'm 12. Building a den. About 4 in the afternoon, so sun is going to be setting soon. Not dark yet though. Tom goes to find more sticks for the den. I stay and carry on building the walls. Not a great den, only about 3 feet tall. I put the last stick on the wall. Tom isn't back. I shout for Tom and he answers. I can't see him though. Start looking for more sticks myself in the opposite direction of Tom. 2 minutes later, hear a scream. It's Tom. I'm scared. Why is Tom screaming? Pause for a few seconds. Don't know what to do. Start running towards where Tom is. Tom is heading towards me, crying. Like, really crying. Sobbing like a little bitch, red face, panicked. I ask what's wrong. He screams that a man tried to take him. We run back to the house. Parents try to calm us down. Make hot chocolate. Gives us a hug and shit like that. Tom tells his story. Says a doctor told him to go away with him because he wanted to make him better. Parents are concerned. Dad calls the police to report it just in case. 2 hours later, police arrive. Ask us questions and then search the woods. No one there. Keck, obviously, it happened 2 hours ago, you fucking plebs. Next month or so, Tom doesn't come over, and parents get a bit more protective. No more in the woods for you, Anon. Jump forward again, now to the end of May 2005. I'm 14 now. Little brother, Dylan, is 6. We take walks through the woods and look at birds and stuff. He loves birds. Today is particularly warm for this time of year. Cousin Tom is visiting again. We go to the woods. Dylan and Tom go ahead. I'm absent-mindedly texting, or something. I sit on a tree stump and carry on texting. Dylan and Tom go on ahead. Dylan runs back and asks if he can climb trees with Tom. Parents always say no, but I'm not the parents. Yeah, go for it. About 30 minutes pass. Tom and Dylan are laughing and shouting to each other. I decide to put my phone away and see what they're up to. Suddenly, notice that I can't hear them. I shout out. No response. Not concerned, just annoyed. I reckon they're up to no good. I see both of them standing by a tree about 30 feet away. Head towards them and ask what they're doing. Both boys are silent, staring up the tree. What the fuck? Get closer and ask again what they're doing. No response. Look up at the tree. Nothing there. What the fuck are you doing? Both Tom and Dylan look at me, visibly scared. What's he doing? Freaky little fuckers. Who? What are you on about? The man in the tree. Why is he in the tree? Fuck this. There was no one in the tree. There was no one in the woods. Tell boys that it isn't funny and that we're going home. Quite freaked out now. Get back to house, and the boys sit on the sofa. Look pale and worried. Jenny, which is Tom's mom, asks what happened. I say they were playing a stupid game. Go to my room. Can hear parents talking to Tom and Dylan from the top of the stairs. Both boys say that an old man with a white coat was up the tree. Boys say that I couldn't see him when they told me to look. Dad asks what kind of white coat the man was wearing. Like a long doctor's coat. About 10 minutes later, Dad comes up to my room. Asks about man and tree. Didn't see shit, Captain.jpg. Later that night, once Tom has gone home and Dylan is in bed, I come downstairs. Mom and Dad talk about the incident. We all conclude that the boys must have seen something on TV. Think nothing of it. About 10:30 p.m., I'm on my computer chatting on MSN Messenger, which is old school. Mate asks if I want to meet him and some other mates at the reservoir tomorrow. Suddenly, I have a realization. The reservoir, the white-sleeved arm, like an arm in a doctor's coat. Get a bit freaked out, but try to rationalize the situation. It must be nothing. Go to bed. Now moving to August 2005. Family are over for a barbecue. Uncle's birthday. It's a good party. Much fun. It's a Saturday night, so all of the kids stay up late to play. About 11ish, everyone leaving or has left by now. Tom's family is still here. Darren's family is still here. Darren is another cousin that we never saw much of. Only appeared at special occasions. Like Santa. Darren is older than me, must be about 16 at this point. He's so cool. He smokes, secretly of course, so that he doesn't get into trouble. Me, Dylan, Tom, Darren, and Paul, which is Darren's 10-year-old brother, are all sitting on the bench by the edge of the woods, away from the house and family. Not too far though. Darren is smoking and offers everyone a puff. Nobody wants to smoke. Shut the fuck up, friend. Darren is a bit of a prick. Darren's dad shouts over. Says they're leaving in 10 minutes. 10 minutes later, Darren's dad shouts again. We all decide to go back to the house as he's leaving. As we stand up and start to leave the bench, we hear a noise in the woods. Rustling leaves. A branch snapping. Must be a bird or a fox. No big deal. We get about 20 to 30 feet away from the bench. Then, hear a louder noise. Rustling leaves and footsteps. It sounds like something walking through piles of dry leaves. Strange, not enough leaves on the ground to make so much noise. We stop and look into the woods. Can't see much. Sun has been down a while, but the horizon is still quite light. Can make out the trees and branches in the woods. Suddenly, notice something moving. Not big, but not small. It stops by a tree. What the fuck is that? Can't see much, just a shadowy figure. Looks like a tall man. At the distance we were standing, I'd say between 6 to 7 feet tall. Just standing by a tree, kind of peering around the tree. Darren decides he's a big man. Oi, who the fuck are you? No response. Darren suggests going to have a look. Have a look at the strange shadowy figure that randomly appeared. What a fucking dick.jpg. For some reason, the other boys agree to get closer. We start to walk back towards the figure/bench. It was about 10 feet behind the bench. As we get close enough to start seeing detail, my heart sinks. I start to feel sick. The person is wearing a long, white coat. Dylan, Tom and Paul freeze on the spot. Darren and I move a bit closer forward. Darren shouts out again. Don't remember what he said. The figure stops out from behind the tree. Can only make out certain details. Like he's a tall man, wearing a long white doctor or lab coat. Glasses. I can see slight reflection from them. We should go back to the house. Darren tells me not to be a pussy. Okay. You need to piss off before I smash your face in. Kick. Darren looks like an emancipated schoolgirl. Not sure how he intends to smash anyone's face in. The figure takes 2 steps forward. Younger boys are scared. They start crying. Dylan and Tom tell me that this is the man from the woods. The man from the tree. I'm freaked out now. Tell Darren I'm taking the boys back to the house. Darren turns to call me a pussy again or something. Turns back. Where the fuck did he go? The figure has gone. We tell the adults about this. Dad, uncle, and other cousin, Jack, who's 24, get torches and go to look. About 15 minutes pass. They come back. No one's in the woods. Eventually, everyone goes home, and we all go to bed. Now moving to, I think it was November of 2005. Might have been early December, not sure. Get home late from school one night, about 7 p.m. Was helping do the sound for a stage show that the drama club put on. Police car parked outside. Oh shit. Get inside and find 2 police officers sat at the dining table talking to my dad. What's going on? My dad rushes over to me, visibly upset. Tells me to go to my room for a while. I head upstairs and on the way, check in on my little brother. His room is empty. The light is on, but he's not in there. My mom and dad's bedroom door is open. Again, the light is on, but no one is in there. I sit in my room for a while wondering what the shit is happening. 20 to 25 minutes later, my dad comes up to my room. Tells me that my brother was rushed to the hospital. My mom went with him. So many questions. What happened? Is he okay? Why were the police here? My mom went into the garden to put some rubbish in the bin and found Dylan unconscious next to his swing set. Dad explains that he hasn't woken up and says police were here to get information. Suspicious accident involving a child or some shit. Says that we're going to the hospital now. Get changed and head out. Been at the hospital for about 3 hours. Everyone is upset, obviously. Dylan has no visible injuries. Just won't wake up. Doctor says that he will do some scans to rule out problems, like a stroke or brain hemorrhage. Oh fuck. Hours pass. Scans come back clear. Why is Dylan unconscious then? Doctor says it may be a severe allergic reaction to an unknown allergy. Runs more tests. 2 a.m. Dad decides to take me home so I can get some sleep. Mom stays with Dylan. At about 5:30, we get a phone call. Need to go back to the hospital because Dylan might not have much longer. Are you fucking serious? What is happening? We get there, and Dylan looks weird. Skin is kind of blue and gray. Fingernails are a light purple. Mom and Dad are both really upset. I'm just kind of numb. Doctor says that Dylan may need to be put onto life support. Heart rate, blood pressure, and breathing are all dropping. 2 more hours pass by. Dylan starts coughing and mumbling. Dad calls nurse, who then calls doctor. Doctor is visibly surprised to see Dylan waking up. Dylan starts crying and can barely keep his eyes open. Another hour passes, and he's calmed down now. Just lying there, skin back to normal color. Seems alert and okay. Just looks tired. After 24 hours of observation, Dylan gets to come home. He hasn't said much, just keeps saying that his throat hurts.